Some people seek revenge on people that have stolen from them, people that have robbed them, people that have had bad partners, but not me. I seek revenge on only one thing and one thing alone. And it's this 1500 elo bot that has beat me once. I think it's beat me twice actually. And today we're beating it blindfolded. So let's get into this one. Sorry for the dramatic intro. It wasn't necessary, but it is what it is. I do seek a lot of revenge on this. So let's go. 1500 elo. I'm playing as white. I'm gonna beat this bot. That's all I'm doing today. Day 25, right? Yes, we are on day 25. Let's go. Computer's waiting. I'm also waiting. I've been waiting my whole life. I feel like Sasuke coming back to find Itachi, only to realize that he was good all along. Alright, e4, e5. Okay, I play e4, e5. This is simple. You guys can keep track along at home as well. I will be showing you the board at certain times. I won't be looking. So I have my cursor on this and then this. So like this, I will show you the board, but I won't look at the board. Alright, self-explanatory. Let's go, knight f3. Yeah, let's play knight f3. They play knight f6. They're Petrov. Alright, I will take it. Knight takes c5, d6. Now they play the main line of the Petrov. I will put my knight back on f3. And this is very simple for me to go through because I know this opening. Knight bd7, that's not a main move. That's actually a nothing move. Because now I'm up a pawn. Okay, so I'll show you the board as well. In case you're keeping track, I have to make sure not to look at it. Good. Okay, knight bd7 is a nothing move. Because I simply now have more development than my opponent. Now I can just simply play knight c3 and I'm doing very, very well in this position. Not to mention... Okay, it's always important to notice what of your opponent's pieces are developed. The knight on f6 and the knight on d7, of course. The bishop is blocked in. Both bishops are blocked in, actually. One via the knight, one via the pawn on d6. So I can visualize the position here pretty well. And hopefully at home you're keeping track of the diagonals. One way to do it is, okay, the bishop on f1, it sees e2 and it sees d3. Bishop on f8 sees e7 and d6. At d6 there's a pawn there. And the bishop on c8 would see d7 where there's directly a knight. So here I'll play knight c3. Okay, knight c5 comes, which is a move. It attacks the pawn on e4. So they really want to win this pawn. Now, I'm not in the business of giving free pawns. That's not something I'd like to do. So I'll play the move d3. Although it blocks in my bishop, I can put the bishop on e2. And I'm feeling pretty good about this position. Really good about this position. Yeah, let's play d3. d5 comes. And d5 is an interesting choice. Now, he's attacking my pawn on e4 again. I can take it. Wait a second, can't I just take it? I think the answer is a resounding yes, I can. The only issue is if I play ed5, then ed5, knight d5, knight d5, queen d5. Bishop e2, I lose the pawn on g2. That's the only issue. So I'll show you guys the position. I'm not looking. So you can pause the video at that point if you need to. I would lose the pawn there, I believe. But I do think taking is a good move. I don't necessarily need to take back. Or I can play the move bishop e3 immediately. Bishop e3 is also probably a good move. Oh, no. Bishop e3 blundered. No. Bishop e3 almost blunders a fork, but it doesn't. So bishop e3, if they go d4 there, I still play knight takes. Knight takes, and they don't have enough attackers on the knight. Their knight's on f6 and c5. So d5, I can play bishop e3 attacking the knight, which seems pretty good. There they would have to play something like knight to e6. And there I'm liking my position a lot. So yeah, I'm actually going to keep the tension here, which is something I don't normally do. But in this position, I quite like it. So I'm going to go for bishop to e3. Yeah. Bishop e7 comes. And that's a pretty bad move. The reason I say this, I can take on c5, of course. Bishop takes c5 and castle the king. Or I can just castle immediately. And I'm not too worried about what's going on in this position. Yep, let's castle the king. Wait a second, I can't castle? Did I miss something? Oh, sorry, my bad. The bishop's on e3 and the bishop's on f1 still, my bad, yeah. I can't castle. I can play queen d2. Or I can just take the knight, take and, live life. Queen d2 looks very tempting here. To just get the queen in. Maybe there I should be afraid of knight g4. Knight g4, bishop f4 seems okay. Or I could even play bishop e2. Yeah, you know what? Bishop e2 probably is the best idea here, to castle. So let's play bishop e2. c6. Alright, c6 has come. I will show you the position now, and I will click play. I'm not looking. Okay, so c6, bishop e2. We have a bishop on e2, e3, knight c3, knight f3. The opponent, and we have pawns d3, e4. So it's a pretty solid setup. The opponent has c6, d5 played. c6, d5, and yeah, knight on c5, knight on f6. The bishop's still on c8 for them. The other bishop's on e7. They're ready to castle the king at any time. But so am I. So let's castle the king. D takes c4 comes. Okay, now we can reply with taking back. So d takes c4. We're also going to play d takes c4. Now that's not a move, which is concerning me quite a lot. So I did think there was a pawn on d3. Oh, there is. Thank God. Oh my God. Imagine there wasn't. I'll lose my mind. Yeah. This is fine. Or is it fine? Am I not just losing a pawn there? Okay, I have to take the knight first. I have to play bishop takes c5 first. Just because I would lose a pawn otherwise. So I should take the knight first. Bishop takes and then I take back. That way I'm not losing any material. Yeah, let's take the knight. Bishop takes c5. Wait, either way I'm not losing material. No, I can take back. I can take back. No, I can't. They're attacking with two pieces. I'm only defending with one. Yeah, I have to take the bishop on e3. Bishop e3 takes c5. Yep. Bishop takes c5, and now I take back de4. And now it's pretty safe. Now my whole position looks really good. da4, queen takes d1. I'm happy to see that. Rook a takes d1. And now I'm up a pawn. I'm clearly up a pawn. I'm winning this game. This bot will have no answer to my anything. Rook a takes d1 is better. Bishop g4. Alright, I'm feeling good about this position now. So the opponent has a bishop on c5, a bishop on g4. Knight has disappeared from c5. Was that taken out? The bishop has replaced it. They also have a knight on f6, which is there. Yeah. Now we have a knight on c3, which is defending our e4 pawn. We also have pawns c2, b2, a2, pawns f2, g2, h2. The opponent also has a king that's not castled. So rook, if they do castle, an idea could be something like rook d7, but not immediately, because rook d7 would lose to the bishop on g4. Because bishop on g4 looks at everything from h3 to g4 to f5 to e6 to d7. Yeah, we can't do that. And the bishop on c5 looks at every diagonal from a3 all the way to f8. All those dark squares. Yeah, so we're in a pretty good position. We have one bishop, two knights, a pawn on e4. We're feeling pretty good. Now, I think after bishop g4 we can play h3 and force the trade. I'd be pretty happy with the trade. So I want to play h3 here. h3, bishop drops all the way back to c8. That's a terrible move. Now the bishop is completely undeveloped. Now I want to keep the momentum going here. One way to do so is probably to play e5. The point of e5 is it forces knight d5. I take, and play rook d5. And there I'm winning. I attack the bishop, and I can bring the other rook. Oh my god, it's so helpful how blindfold chess. Okay, so if you're watching this day 25, days 1 to 24 were a struggle, but now I'm really seeing this board. Bishop c8. I'll show you the board as well, because you're probably not seeing the board. Alright, I'm not looking. Alright. So bishop. So now, if I had to recall their position, they have a rook on a8, bishop on a c8, king e8, rook h8, pawns h7, f7, g7, c6, b7, a7, bishop g4, bishop c8 and bishop c5, and we have knight f3, knight c3, pawns a2, b2, c2, f2, g2, h2, rook d1, and rook f1. Now, I think the best move here is e5 clearly. Oh, maybe they want knight h5 and knight f4. That could be annoying. And we can't go g3 there to stop it because the pawn on h3 would hang. So e5, maybe knight h5 comes. That's a bit annoying. I mean, it's a bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. I would just play rook e1, knight f5, and then bishop to f1. So I think the move I'll play here is e5. I like e5 here. Just pushing the pawn to a dark square, attacking the knight. Yep. We'll go with e5. And we'll analyze this game after the game as well. So if you guys are keen for that. They do play knight h5, so it's a good move they play. Now after knight h5, my thought was to play rook e1, bishop f1. Which it still is. Yep. Let's play it. Rook e1, so rook fe1. Bishop to e6 comes, okay. Bishop is put in front of the pawn. Now, that's a blunder. Partial blunder at least. Don't I have knight g5 here? Knight g5 attacks the bishop, attacks the knight. My bishop's on e2. It's attacking the knight on h5. My knight's on g5. It's attacking the knight. It's attacking the bishop on e6. So knight g5 is winning here. Yep, it is winning. So I shall play it. Yeah, they have nothing. I'm not afraid. Not afraid to take the sun. Knight g5 should be winning. What can they do though? I think they can cry after knight g5 because it's winning. Knight f4. Yeah, as expected. So they put the knight on f4, attacks the bishop on e2. Bishop on e2 is defended anyway. And now I can take on e6. Yeah, taking on e6 makes perfect sense. Should be winning there. Clearly winning. Knight takes e6. Knight takes e6, sure. Now here I have the move bishop to g4, attacking the knight on e6. Actually quite a nice move. If the knight moves, I might have ideas. Wait, I also have knight to e4 maybe. Threatening knight d6 check. That's probably even better. Yeah, knight e4 looks good. I like knight e4 here, so I'm going to play knight e4 pretty quickly. Yep, knight e4. It's good to go. Rook d8. Now I should trade on d8. Rook takes d8. I just have to not get cocky here. I should play rook takes d8, king takes d8. Wait a second. Yeah, rook takes d8, king takes d8. Oh, bishop g4 there. Pinning the knight to the king. So I'll show you guys this. I'm not looking. So you can trust me, I'm not looking. Yep, it's on play. So you guys can see the position. I think rook takes d8, king takes d8, and bishop g4 pins the knight to the king. Now, that's a pretty dangerous pin. They can't even play f4 because of en passant. I would just take f4 with the bishop. F5 with the bishop. So yeah, that's winning. Oh, they can take back with the knight. Never mind, they can take back with the knight, which they'll probably do. Either way, I need to trade. I need to play rook takes d8 here. Wait a second, I just realized something. My knight on e4 is attacking the bishop. I just thought it was attacking d6, but it's also attacking the bishop on c5. Oh, they can't take then. They have to take with the king. Oh, I'm winning here. I'm winning. Rook takes d8 is winning. King takes d8. Now rook d1 check. No, bishop g4 here. Yeah, bishop g4 with the pin. Bishop g4 with the pin. I just have to remember they're missing an f-pawn. I didn't actually realize this. They are missing an f-pawn and a d-pawn, and we're missing only a d-pawn. So the pin might not be as good as I think. Actually, there's no pin. I'm actually lost the plot. There is no pin. If I play bishop g4, I attack the knight. There is no pin. The bishop on g4 doesn't pin the knight. That would actually be a big blunder. A big blunder. Alright, let me recap all the pieces in the game so I can quickly take a look at the best move. So we have pawns a2, b2, c2, f2, g2, h3, rook e1 at the moment, pawn on e5, king g1. Opponent has a bishop on c5. Oh, we have a knight on e4 as well. Opponent has a bishop on c5. Did I miss anything? We have a bishop on e2 as well. Bishop e2, rook e1, and knight e4. Oh, all our pieces are on the e-file, makes it easy. They have a knight on e6, a pawn on... No, they do. Oh, they took back with the knight, not the pawn. Alright, they have a knight on e6, pawns f7, g7, h7, c6, b7, a7, rook h8, king d8. Okay, I have a pretty good understanding of this position now. So I'm attacking that piece. Oh, it's so clear in my head now. Wow, so going through this stuff really does help. I think rook d1 is a must. Yeah, rook d1 check is a must. King e7 forced. Okay, I win. Do I win? The move I'm thinking of is knight takes c5. Knight takes c5 is forced. Oh, I was thinking there bishop g5, but then they play king e6. Tough. No, that doesn't work. Just thinking of moves. I don't like that knight getting away. The knight is so annoying. I'd prefer if the knight was off the board. One thing I'm concerned about in this position is the move knight to d4. Attacking my bishop on e2. Yeah, this bot isn't half bad. Alright, let's get revenge on the bot. What's an improving move we can play? Oh wait, if I play bishop g4, I'm winning. They can't move the knight because I take the bishop. Okay, got it. Bishop g4 has to be played here. What will they play after bishop g4? They will move the bishop back. I will take the knight. They will take back with the king. And it'll be opposite colored bishop with rooks on the board. But my pawn on e5 will be lost. So let's just play bishop g4. Let's just play it. b6 comes. And I win here. And I win. Okay, now I can play the move. Bishop takes e6. There's a knight on e6. Now king takes e6. Bishop takes... Oh, knight takes whatever. Knight takes c5. B takes c5. And there I have the move rook d6 check. King takes e5. Rook takes c6. Yeah, should be winning. I just have an extra pass pawn in that situation. So let's do it. Bishop takes e6. Where is the move? Yep. It's winning. It has to be winning. I'll show you guys the board. I'm not looking. Alright, trust me, I try not to pay attention because I truly want to win blindfold. It looks winning to me. Alright, let's take it. Bishop e6. Let's not waste any more time. F takes? Oh, he doesn't take with the king. I would have taken with the king. So now knight c5. Oh, knight c5 and is lost. Knight c5 and is lost. Knight takes c5. B takes c5. And I'm completely winning. B takes c5. And now I play the move rook to d6. Now rook d6. I'll show you guys the board. I'm not looking. Hopefully it's on play. Okay, it's not on play. But essentially rook d6 puts that rook on an outpost. And they have nothing. I'm up a pawn. They will try the move rook b8. But I'll play b3. And the game is just simply won. And if they play a5, I play a4. So here rook d6 is winning. Rook f8 comes. Does nothing. Doesn't even attack anything. I can take. I can take or even play f3. Both don't work. Okay, I can take on c6 though. I can just take on c6. Rook d8. Okay, that was his idea. But I'm just up too many pawns right now. So this will frankly not work. I also have rook c7 check. Yeah, let's play rook c7 check. King is forced back to e8. There we can take all the pawns. Oh, he plays rook d7. I just trade the rook. And I'm winning here. King takes d7. Alright, I'm winning. Now, the pawn endgame. What is going on? So, I have a king on g1, g2, f2, h3, c2, b2, a2. Those have not moved. Now, his are slightly weirder. He has a7, c5, e6, g7, h7, and a king on d7. My king's on g1. So I think a good start in this position is to play f4 to build up the center, play king f2, king e3, and just win the game. King e4 and then start pushing down g4, f5, and I'm going to promote. Alright, let's start with f4 then. Let's go f4. Am I missing any pawn? I think I'm up 2 pawns. So I have 3 there. I have 1 on e5. I have 3 there. And he has 2, 2, 1. Yeah. No, everything's right. f4. King c6. Now I can go king f2. King d5 will come. Then I can play king d3. And I'm just easily winning there. So here king f2. I need to bring my king into the game. King f2, king d5, king d3. I'm just going to speedrun this. There's no point even. Wait, I can't go king d3? Oh my god, yeah, the king's on f2. What do I mean? King d3. King e3 I meant. King e3 is equally good. a6, don't care. Okay, it's time to push every pawn. Oh, it's actually slightly annoying. Okay, I can go g4. But I won't be able to push the pawns in. Because his king is on d5. So I'm going to need to be a bit more methodical. I'll have to play king d3. King d3 I can't play. Yeah, I can. I have an idea. I'm going to play g4. Okay, this is my idea. So I'll show you guys the board in case you are needing to. So you can pause it there. And my idea is to play g4. h3. If he ever goes for the h3 pawn. No, I shouldn't play g4 then. I should play g3. Yeah, I should play g3. Or I should just play king to d3, king to c4. That's also a plan I can employ. And later on, if they ever go for the pawn on g3, I will play, to break the pawn chain, I will play f5. They will take, I'll push e7 and I'll win. So after a6, I will play king d3. And play king c4. That's my idea. Yep. a5. Now king c4. Wait. No, his king's on d5. I can't play king c4. Never mind. I can play c4, making the king go away, right? Yeah, that's good. c4 check kind of gives me a pathway. king c6, and now I go king e4. King d7. So king c6, king d7. Now I go g4. Or I just... Wait, no, I don't go g4. I go king d5 and I win. I thought the pawn was on c5. Clearly not. Because I'm not able to go king d5. Oh, the pawn's on e6, yeah, that's why. Okay, then I go g4. h5. I can take on h5. Yeah, let's take on h5. King c6. I want to go after the f7 pawn. So I think king f5 is good here. Apparently it's not possible. So apparently I'm forgetting something about the position. But I don't want to look. Oh my god. Yeah, the e6 pawn. For remember in the mind, man. Okay. King f4, king g5. But if I go king f4, he goes king d5. That's bad. Let me waste a tempo. Let me play h3. No, I can't play. Let me play h4. And waste the tempo. King d7. Okay, now I can play king f4, king c6, king... Oh, do I want to go for this? Yeah, it should be winning. King f4, king c6. King f4, king c6. King g5. King d4. Oh, you can't even go there. Oh, because my pawn's on c4. Oh, I'm winning. What am I worried about? King f4 is winning. I can't go king f4. Oh, I'm messing up this endgame, man. The king is on e4. Why can't I go to f4? There's nothing on f4. Did I play f4? Clearly, because I have f5 available. I didn't realize there was a pawn on f4. Alright, in that case I can play f5. Let's play f5. E takes f5. Now king takes f5. I'm actually forgetting the position a little bit. Okay, it doesn't matter because I'm winning. Okay, I will look at the board just because for this endgame. I'm counting this as a win. I just need to see. Okay, yeah, it's obviously winning. Just king g6 and just promote. I will finish it off in style. I just h5. There was just a few pawns I was forgetting at the end for some reason. But hopefully by the end of this, we're not forgetting those. King takes g7 and just push the pawn down the board. h6, h7, h8 queen. A takes b2. What the hell? How did that pawn get there? I wasn't paying attention. That's why. Okay, let's not lose. I refuse to lose to this bot. So instead of losing, let us play. Yeah, here it's not really blindfold, but I practically won the game. All right, I practically won the game. Check, queen g6, and then queen b1. Queen g6, king b1. King d6, and now I play queen takes b2. King d7. I can't be I'm just gonna beat the king here. Okay, I'll play queen b6 and promote the pawn. King e8. Okay, after king e8, I'll just play queen b7. Oh, don't stalemate. Is queen b7 stalemate? No, it's not. Oh, it's close. That's dangerous. I need revenge. King d8. Now just bring the king around. So the king will come to f6. King f6, king e8. And now queen e7 is mate, and it is revenge. I win. I won that game. I don't care what you guys say. Actually, I do care, but yeah, this was a clear win. Got my revenge on the 1500 elo bot, and we will call it there for blindfold chess training day 25. Good session. Everything's getting better, and we're doing well. See you guys on day 26.